What's up, everybody? This is T-Roy here with T-Roy's Toys. And on today's episode, we got us a four-wheeler. Now, guys, this is something I've been wanting for a long time. I've been looking for a four-wheeler, but I've kind of been waiting until I had a place to keep it out of the weather, and I've been waiting for the right deal. Well, a friend of mine had this sitting in his shop, been sitting there for many years, and the price was right, so I had to grab it. But anyway, let me give you guys a good look at this thing. Alright, well, here she is. And, I mean, she is a little rough. Looks like they had a snorkel on at one time, and that's a little bit concerning. Some miscellaneous stuff. It's missing a lot of parts. Some of the plastic is ripped, cracked, and busted. Still has a taillight. Them are normally busted out, so that's kind of nice to know. Got decent looking tires on it. They're all holding air. Yeah, the shroud's busted. It's dirty. It's been sitting a while. Overall, not in too bad a shape. Really can't complain for the price. So, look, even Ben's checking it out. He ready to go for a ride. Yeah, I said the word, didn't I? Alright, now, my buddy said that before he parked this thing, it was smoking a little bit. And the engine turns over because I pulled the pull start, but yeah, it won't come back. So that's a problem we're going to have to address. But also, another issue was, he said that the battery had a short or something, or shorted out, or it did something. You see how that post is gone there, and I'm sure that battery's no good by now. So we're looking at a multitude of issues, but anyway, we're gonna try to see if it'll still run, kind of see what we're working with here. First things first, let's check the oil and let's drain the gas tank, because it's been sitting for many years. That gas is no bueno. All right, let's check our oil. And it's got a little bit, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's definitely low, so we definitely need to add a little bit. At least it has some in it, so I guess that's a good thing. Alright, let's drain this gas tank. First off, let's see how much we got. I don't know if y'all can read that. I think that's E. I think it's empty. I hope it's empty. That'd be great. Yeah, I see a little bit down there. Yeah, it's got some in it. So, alright, let's pull the hose off of this thing and drain it. I'm going to have to use this to catch the gas, because my junk gas can it's too big for this. I finally broke this little valve free. I think the gas was shut off the whole time, which I guess is good. Woo, guys, we got the gas tank draining. I got her lifted up here with the old jack to get most of the gas to go to the back. Apparently this thing has a reserve tank, and look at the stuff that is coming out of there. Woo, that is nasty. Well, alright guys, I'm gonna finish letting this tank drain. I'm gonna put a little bit of gas in it, try to flush all that nonsense out. I'm gonna drain that, then we're gonna put some fresh gas in it. And this right here, guys, is exactly why you want to drain a fuel tank on something that's been sitting for a while, because you do not want that junk trying to go through your carburetor. Alright, let's finish flushing it, guys. Now we got a fuel tank drain. Let's see what we're working with here. I haven't put any new fuel in it yet, because I don't even know if this engine even, I know it turns over, but I don't want to waste any good gas, if that makes sense. Let's get that out of there. It does not look good. Let's take a look at our air box and see what dealing with there. I wonder if they sunk this thing. Well, my buddy said he wrote it, so he's not the mud and ATV part type of guy. Okay. Alright, air filter looks pretty good. Well, it actually looks kind of new. He might have put a new one on there. He couldn't remember a lot. Like I said, this thing's been sitting a long time. So he couldn't remember all the details. He said he did put a new carburetor on it, so I did remember that. Alright guys, now I don't want to go buy a battery for this thing because I don't want to waste my money on that. So I'm going to yank the battery off the zero turn and just see if we see any magical smoke and see if this thing's a total loss or see if she turns over. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Battery. I made these little jumper wires especially for this application because that battery won't fit in there. So don't laugh at me if it works. You can't knock it, guys. It might not pull enough juice. I don't know. We might have to back up and figure something out. Alright. I don't see any smoke, guys. Everything looks good. Got her kind of rigged up here. He said it was shorting out. I don't see any smoke or anything smokes. I can't talk today. So I think we're good. Let's turn the key on and see what happens. Alright, sorry guys, I cannot do that one-handed, so she powers up. Still don't see any smoke. Anything. I wonder if the headlights work. No, they do not. Oh, maybe that's the lights. No. Oh, that's the tail light. I guess the headlights don't work. Well, we don't need that right now. Anyway. Alright, I guess let's see if she'll turn over. Oh. Okay, she will turn over. Well, alright guys, she turns over pretty good, so I'm kind of excited. Let me put a little bit of oil in this thing, because I don't have the right kind of oil, but I subscribe to the belief that some oil is better than no oil. So we're going to put a little oil in there. We'll change the oil if she runs good and everything. We're going to pull the battery out of the air box off, spray some carburetor cleaner, and see if she'll bust off. Guys, the oil of choice is the O'Reilly Special SAE 30. It's usually that stuff I use on the Speedo's little Prager motors and stuff. And this thing does not hold a lot, so I just want to give it just a little bit, just to help it. Which there's not a whole lot in here, so I'm not going to pour the whole thing. I just want to give it a little bit, just to. I know it probably doesn't matter, but anyway, I just gotta try it. All right, guys. Let's see what she'll do. All right, she'll run, guys. She will run. Oh, Well, all right, guys. We know she'll run. She's been trying to bust off a little bit. Of course, that's just with the carburetor cleaner. But I did notice something interesting. Let me show you this air filter. Now, where I sprayed it with the carburetor cleaner, it swelled up. And I don't know, is it supposed to do that, guys? Am I not supposed to do that? Maybe it's had a reaction. I'm not sure what that's all about. But yeah, so we know she turns over pretty good. She kind of wants to run. Let me get a real battery for this thing and charge it up. We got to run to town anyway this evening here in a little bit. So I'm going to put some gas in this thing. And then tomorrow, we're going to try it out. All right, everybody. It's another day. It doesn't cost me another $150. But we got us a new battery from the O'Reillys. Alright, guys. So, like I was saying, went to the O'Reillys, picked us up a super stock. And they actually had this in stock, which is pretty cool. And they say on here, I believe the part number is ETX14. They say you don't have to charge it. I don't believe that. I don't trust it, but you know. We'll look at it and see what it's got anyways. Take that little thing off. That's kind of cool and handy. Positive and positive. Oh, okay. Alright, so I guess it is charged. Okay, alright. We'll take that. Alright, let's put her in the four-wheeler. Alright, let's put our battery in. Make sure we get it going the right way. There we go. I was about to say this sucker don't fit. Take it back. Alright, guys. So far, so good. I don't see any sparks. Everything looks good. Of course, I don't have the key turned on, so I guess let's do that and let's see if we can get her to start. Alright, we got our battery on. Let's turn our gas on. I don't know why this sucker's so hard to turn. See any smoke. Nothing's trying to get hot. I think we're good. Let's try to see if she'll crank. She needs a little help. I don't know why. She did good yesterday. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can look at. Looks like it's not getting fuel. I'm not sure. Alright, let's pull this box out. Hey. The hell is that? That came out of the airbox, guys. I have no idea what that is. You'd think that'd have been mounted better, but I guess not. Alright. It's a little dirty, but I don't know. They said they replaced this carburetor. Anyway. Let's try it now. Okay, alright. Wonder if that float stuck on there. She's not getting fuel for some reason. Let's see if I can figure out why. Ew. Good God. I wonder why it's not getting fuel. Well, gee, that's probably why. Alright guys, so here's where we're at. Y'all saw how nasty that thing was. I have got a clog. The fuel comes into here and it comes out through here, and that controls the flow. I have tried everything. I've been spraying carburetor cleaner, but I have a clog in here and I cannot remove either one of those. I even took the air compressor and tried to force like 100 pounds of air. I can't get I don't know what it is, but that sucker is locked up tight. So I got to look on Amazon. You can get a whole new carburetor, like a whole kit, for like 50 bucks. So that's what we're gonna do. Spending more money, but I can't do anything with that. So all right, guys. However long it takes to get here, and we'll be back on it. Well, alright guys, our carburetor from the Evil Jungle Company has arrived. Or I say a carburetor, it's actually a kit. It's pretty neat. For like $50 you get the carburetor, you get this is the boot that goes, that mounts the carburetor to the cylinder head. Couldn't get that out there, sorry. 2 fuel filters, oil filter, air filter cover. This did not come with the carburetor kit. This was but this is, you don't change this out. This is what's the word I'm looking for? Permanent. Anyway, we'll clean it up a little bit, but that comes with the fuller. Actually come with a new throttle cable too. It probably said that on there, I just didn't pay attention. We don't really need that, but you know what, we'll put in the stash for what we might need. It even comes with a spark plug. So alright guys, let's put this new carburetor on and let's see how it runs. Gotta make sure we get that out of there. We darn sure don't want that sucker in there. throttle cable on. Alright guys, we got our carburetor put on. I'm just tightening her down now. There wasn't a lot of good camera angles, so I just slapped it on. It's a lot of having to put the throttle cable on, the choke cable, and that kind of thing. It's a little tedious, and anyway, we got her done. Going nowhere. Alright, now this is our fuel line that comes from our tank. I'm going to install a filter. That way we can, in case I didn't get all the junk out of this gas tank, we can hopefully prevent that from happening, clogging up our carburetor again. Of course, guys, the biggest things with these is make sure you get them to go in the right way. See that? But it's kind of on, so the fuel needs to go that way. Not real thrilled how that goes on. It's almost like that hose is too big. Let's see if I can find a radiator clamp. You land in a cool spot there, Bubba. Crazy dog. Alright guys, we got her put together here. We got our fuel filter installed, and I put some actual hose clamps on there, and I forewent those junky snap together stuff. Like I said, our spark plug wire here came out, so I'm a little concerned about that, but hopefully it'll still work. I probably should shorten that hose a little bit, but anyway, for now I've got the gas turned on. You can kind of see it in the filter there. And now guys, I know I hadn't put the air box and everything back on yet. This is just to see if it works, because we have to make adjustments. I don't want to have to take all that junk back off. So anyway guys, let's fire up. Let's see what happens. Alright guys, I haven't sprayed anything in her, so let's just see how she does. Well, if I can get the ignition switch. I think it's something else I'm going to have to replace on this thing. There we go. Seems to work. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Well, alright guys, the carb swap, she was a success. She runs, she idles. Didn't touch it, didn't even have to spray some starting juice or carburetor cleaner in her to get her to go, guys. We got us a four-wheeler. So, alright, guys, so she runs good, she will idle. Will she ride? Let me finish putting this thing back together, and let's find out. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Let's do our first ride. Get her started. I've got to replace this ignition switch. Right. Was you having fun there, Bandit? Well, alright, guys, there you go. She runs, she rides. You'll notice I was having a little trouble with the it has an electronic shifter on it. That was not wanting to shift into different gears. So we would manually, but I found out you can manually still do the foot lever and make it shift gears. Anyway, guys, she runs, she rides, and she rides pretty good and actually has brakes. So that's kind of a plus for me. I did notice, in which my buddy who sold it to me told me, it is smoking a little bit out the back. So we might have to do a top end rebuild sometime in the future. And also the front CV axles, I don't know if the video is going to pick it up, but they're popping a little bit. They're probably going to need replacing. But anyway, guys, for about $300, so we got us this 2001 Honda Rancher running and riding again. I mean, you could take it up and down the road for a little bit. But anyway, guys, I want to thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Remember, please like, subscribe, all that mumbo jumbo everybody else always says. And y'all have a good evening.